another break.
What's all the yelling about? I'm trying to get the machine back up running as quick as I can. I'm trying to make you look good.
Now that's nice, but we have worked over 3 years without a recordable, and I don't want one today. Now go get the right gloves and do the job right. I can't believe how thoughtless Ricky was to try and change that doctor blade without the right gloves and long sleeves.
Well, did you ask him why he wasn't wearing them?
No, I just told him to go get the right gloves and to do it.
Perhaps it'd be helpful to consider why he chose to make the decision he made. Perhaps we can address the root cause.
He knows the damn rule, he just needs to follow it.
You remember the safety training we took last year when they talked about the 4-part risk model?
I mean that one up there?
Yes, this one right here.
Yeah, I remember it.
I recall they said there are 4 types of influences that will cause a worker to take risk. There are perception, habit, obstacles, and barrier. These can have a significant influence on the risk-taking behavior, individually or in combination. I think it'd be helpful to have a discovery conversation with Ricky to try to learn why he did not use the cut-proof gloves.
Yeah, I probably need to go talk to him anyway. I kind of lost my cool and I need to go fix that. Hey Ricky, you got a minute to talk?
Yeah. Gonna need a union stir. Last time you were doing a lot of yelling.
Yeah, I was, but I've calmed down since then. In fact, I kind of wish I hadn't done so much yelling, or any of it, to be honest. But I do want you to tell me why you were not using the correct gloves to change that doctor blade when we talked about that in the safety meeting.
Okay, but you might not know what I have to say about it.
Well, I may not, but I still need to hear it.
Well, I went to the locker room to get the gloves and they weren't in there. You know how we talked about the last couple of months in our safety meetings, they haven't been restocking the gloves. Well, I decided to go ahead and change them without cut-resistant gloves. You know, because it's going to take time for me to order them and get them over here, and I decided to go ahead and do it like we used to. I didn't want to extend the downtime, so I went ahead and done what I thought you wanted me to do.
Well, do you think that I really want you to take that shortcut just to get the machine back up and running?
Well, you said production. We always wanted to get the machine back up running fast in production, so I went ahead and decided to use them without cut-resistant gloves.
Well, that's certainly not what I want. Production's important, but safety's more important. We need to work safe so that we go home with the same number of fingers and toes we came to work with. Hey man, you got a minute? You're gonna love hearing this. But you were right. There's more than just telling people what to do to follow the rules.
Well, what'd you learn?
2 things. One, there's a recurring issue with the safety equipment not being replenished in the safety locker. It's been talked about in safety meetings for months, but there's been no corrective action. I had an opportunity to follow up on this, but I let it slip. But more importantly, apparently I convey the message that production is more important than safety and that it's okay to take a shortcut. And I really had no idea that that's the kind of message that I was sending.
It sounds like these behaviors fit the 4-part risk model. In the case of the safety locker, there are implications of the obstacle being a factor because the safety locker is not stocked. Perhaps there's even a habit to address. And the comment about thinking what you want is clearly a perception issue. So what are you going to do?
Well, I plan to pull the teams together and have a conversation about safety. I recall the 3 F's from the safety training: focus, feedback, and facilitate. And I'm just going to lead some focused discussions regarding safety and try to tackle this safety locker issue and really try to get the perception out there that I don't support shortcuts for production over safety.
In that safety training, we learned that the most effective and sustainable safety programs are led through coaching rather than a police approach.
Yeah, I need to increase my coaching presence by providing positive feedback of safe behaviors.
Wait a second. I've got my notes right here. I was looking at them after we talked yesterday. Leaders who understand motivation and performance coaching acknowledge that people behave for a reason. This insight distinguishes performance police from performance coaches. When observing or learning a deviation, these enlightened individuals respond with an inquiry into the reason why the action occurred, rather than responding with a negative consequence.
And if the leader doesn't understand the rationale behind the performance, he will only address the symptom and not the cause.
Effective coaching is the key. Remember the 3 steps in providing feedback. Convey positive intent, get commitment on the solution, and follow up.
There are so many opportunities to coach. Remember the safety coaching model? There's the proactive and reactive coaching activities. The proactive one has the toolbox talks, the safety meetings, and the gimbal walks. And the reactive has the intervention, near miss, and even the safety incident.
You know, you just experienced the stuff they were talking about in the safety coaching. You use the 4-part risk model to help understand the influences that contribute to risky behaviors. You use positive intent with a caring approach to learn about the reasons for the risk-taking behavior and emphasize the importance of inquiry as to why the behavior occurred. We reviewed the importance of the safety coaching model and taking the opportunity to do proactive coaching and being prepared to do reactive coaching when necessary.
Well, I appreciate your help talking me through this. I feel good about the path forward.
Doing great, Darren.